research study. One is our biotechnology program. Our second one is our engineering program, and our third is our environmental sustainability program.
The Crest program is definitely challenging, but being challenged is really what makes it so fun and so exciting, because every day there's something new that you're never going to expect, and that's really what gives you the essential experience of Crest.
A big part of what we do is we provide relevant and rigorous education in these three strands. Very hands-on, it's very research-oriented, and students are performing research and designing projects that have real-life applications.
What's really surprised me about Crest is the professionalism that the labs have and how real each lab feels. This is how the lab will be in a real-life environment.
Crest inspires me to push myself and better myself as both a person and a student. The experience that I've gained here have taught me that no matter how difficult a subject might be, there's a ton of resources available for you to grow and expand your knowledge.
Science, technology, engineering, and math, or STEM education, is important because what we're trying to do is prepare our students to be successful in technical areas as we move into a more global society and economy.
Other schools don't do STEM collaboratives where all the students get together and come up with their own experiment and present to the general public. And just having that kind of information and just that you yourself came up with, it's just really great because you don't get the opportunity anywhere else.
What surprised me most about Crest is the active communication that we have with professionals in our field. With university professors and researchers that we stand alongside with in symposiums that ask us about our research and that ask us to comment on their research. And there's just this whole community. It's a scientific community that we're involved in as students.
The Crest program has really prepared me by putting me in some college level classes. It's really giving me the experience to work on my own and be independent and be responsible and organized in order to be successful in a college program or in the workplace later on.
I love solving problems, especially ones that I have to deal with every single day. That's something that's unique about Crest at PV, is that we are dealing with things with real-world problems, and you don't address that really in the average class.
So the tools that we use in Crest are brand new. It's really great. They're a lot easier to use because they're more modern and improved based on the older tools that some schools use.
As a Crest student coming in, you should be prepared to learn about communication, and you should be prepared to learn about biology and systems thinking and analytical perspectives and economics mixed together to make sure that we can develop the most responsible solutions for problems that we're going to be facing.
Being part of Crest means we're right here on the cutting edge of learning. We're doing something that students aren't doing anywhere else. We're it. We're the ones who are taking a step forward and taking learning to a whole new level.
Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That video was produced by a district videographer, and the students that you saw, if you hadn't guessed, actually are current Crest students, and so I'd like to ask you to give them a big hand because they've put in a lot of work. At this time, I'd like to introduce to you the current and reigning Arizona State Science Teacher of the Year, Ms. Marnie Landry, presenting the biotechnology program.
Hi, I'm Marnie Landry. I have taught at Paradise Valley High School for 12 years. I've taught several levels of biology. I was science department chair, and I've now been in the Crest program for 3 years. I teach the whole biotechnology series. And so biotechnology is really the study and the manipulation of living organisms to produce products in order to improve our lives. For instance, if you know somebody with diabetes who takes insulin, that is a genetically engineered product where they manipulate the DNA of bacteria to grow human insulin. So that's an example of the type of things that our students will learn how to do. So if you studied in our program of biotechnology, some of the careers that you would be prepared to enter into, or at least would set you up for a university study, would be anything in medicine, if you're interested in being a physician or a surgeon, any academic research fields, public health, epidemiology, pharmacology, chemistry, chemistry, agricultural sciences, and pretty much anything life science related. You would also be ready to enter into some of the immediate certification programs, like to become a med tech or lab assistant without going to university. Some of the experiences that my students have in our classes are learning basic lab skills in a lab that mimics what modern research labs have. So we have when you come over and view our lab, we have the same equipment that you will see in any research lab right now. They also learn cell culturing, cell cloning. Freshmen will actually do genetic engineering. We will take genes from one organism and put them in another organism. Tissue culture, tissue cloning, solution prep, basic organic chemistry, immunological assays, protein separation, protein identification and purification procedures, DNA extraction and purification, plasmid mapping, DNA amplification, RNA manipulation. So all cutting-edge science that you would be reading in science journals. And in fact, our students do learn how to read scientific journals and apply that information to what they're doing in the lab. I also like to expose students to real working labs. Some of the places that we go and tour are TGen, the Translational Genomics Institute downtown, Biodesign, the research institute associated with ASU, Barrow Neurological Institute, the Cancer Research Center, Banner Sun Health Research, Banner Alzheimer's Institute. So I take the students and we go and visit with researchers and tour their labs and see what they're doing. That's really kind of neat because when the students walk in there, they feel really comfortable. Like, hey, I know what they're doing. I understand what they're talking about. So I really enjoy that part of it. And then finally, those places that we go and visit, we work and set up internships with these places. So I have students currently interning at Barrow Neurological. Some doing tumor cancer research. I talked about it a junior in high school. I have a senior in a neurophysiology lab. We have students interning at Paradise Valley Hospital right across the street. I had somebody at Banner Health doing stem cell research over the summer. So the students will take what they learn and directly apply it into research labs. So we don't just do handouts and fake stuff. We do the real thing. So that's what I have to say. Later on, I'll be open for any of the questions you have over in my room, and I think I'm turning it over to Mr. Bernier with sustainability. Thank you.